Time check, it is 11:46 on Friday. I have been teaching this morning, had a wonderful sewing lesson with Simon, but I'm cold. Got my wool jumper on, got my little scarf on, my little cowl, but I'm cold. So, I know I'm busy and I know I've got a lot going on and I know I'm a little bit crazy at times, but do you think that this afternoon, in one afternoon, I could make a fully lined jacket that I can wear tonight and tomorrow? I'll show you the fabrics. So this is Sherpa fleece. I've got a big bolt of it here and I've been imagining this as a lining to the Ilford jacket, which I don't know how to do. There are no instructions, but this is the cord for the outside because it's really lovely and warm. I'm going to try and work out how to make that and that unite. The time starts now. So it is now 12:14 and I've cut everything out apart from the collar pieces, which I'm going to do a little bit later on. What I've done so far, first of all the cutting. How I got to do it quickly, didn't pin anything. I've just literally just gone for it. So it might not be the tidiest, but it'll be fine because all seams are going to be hidden. So where I can, I'm going to be using the overlocker to join the external seams for the outer pieces. And then I'll probably use the sewing machine for the fleece lining and put on the IDT system on the faff machine. The sleeves, I've kept the same length on the outer as I have the lining, but I'm expecting to turn the sleeves lining under at some point, to make sure that the fleece rolls to the inside. And then on the lining front and back, I've turned up by 2 inches, so it should give that nice sort of cord edging on the inside. Right, so I've started construction and I'm just going to see how things feel sort of layered up. I haven't done all of the outside and the inside and stuff, but what I want to know is what the bulk's going to feel like. I mean, for example, I know this is far too long, but I'm not going to worry. I want to know what happens when I add the outer to the inner. Am I going to be able to move, or am I going to feel all that sort of bulk and chunk? So we're going to do it together. See what happens. I do just really want it to be lined. It's whether I've got it right or not. Just to sort of get a feel. That's all I'm really looking for. The outer is sort of constructed somewhere amongst all these crazy layers. Bear with. It's sort of on. And I've got loads of layers here, obviously, but it's feeling okay. There's loads of bulk up here at the minute, but when I've done snipping and such likes, I think it'll be all right. I've obviously got a big jumper on in here too, so there's a lot going on. The sleeves are too long, needs loads of work doing there, but I just wanted to make sure first that it was going to cope with the size that I'd cut with all these layers, and I think it's going to be all right. It's going to be chunky, don't get that, no doubts about it, but these are the layers all coming together. Can you see how nice that's going to be? Let's keep going. So wondering, do I do it so it's like that? Or should I have the cuff all to the inside? I needed snacks. So I've run out and I've got my buttons because I'm feeling confident. And I got Kit Kats for the chocolate hit. And then it was really bad because I've been like healthy eating for ages now. Midget gems, they make me ill. But forget that for now. I need stuff that's going to keep me going, making this jacket this afternoon. So for anybody wondering or thinking to themselves, is this going to be too bulky, is it going to work? Yeah, you're right, there's every chance that it could be too bulky, but you know what, if you don't try, you don't find out. But I am doing a few things to mitigate that risk. So, the first thing I did is I didn't cut my size, I cut a bigger size, thus making a big more room anyway. The next thing I did is, when I have sewn my seams together, on the outer fabric I've followed their seam allowance, which is 1 centimetre, but on the linings I've actually taken more than that. So I've taken a healthy seam allowance so it should sit sort of a bit tighter into the shell of the outer, if you like. So it shouldn't be, I don't know, a bit like when you put 2 bags together. I'm expecting them to sit snug rather than rub and form creases and things like that. It might be wrong, but that's what I'm trying to do. As a point of reference, it is now, I think 1:35, so I am now an hour and 20 minutes in, I think it is, from deciding I'm going to do this, cracking on, going to the shop, getting my buttons, getting my snacks, getting loads of phone messages and stuff like that, and dealing with every single one of them. So now it's ready to start again. I'm going to share something funny with you now. Dates, sleeves sewn in, ta-da-da. So as you can see, I can turn them up. If I turn them down, they are a little bit long. I mean, a lot long, to be honest. I don't know if to go back in now and alter them, or just to leave them for the time being, wear them like that for the weekend or whatever, and see what I think. Because I've got a turning hole in the sleeve here that I can go back into at any point to amend the two sleeves. So I think I'm going to do that for now. And now I'm going to go in whilst all this is loose here, and now I'm going to add the pockets. You'd normally do it at the start, but I'm doing it now because I wanted to be sure of the placement. So I'm going to put some hand warming pockets on now. It's time for an update. The time is 9 minutes past 3. So this is less than 3 hours work now, and lunch and a trip to the shops to get my buttons. You ready? You ready? Oh, I'm so okay, so quick rundown. Sleeves are done on both sides. A little bit long at the minute. I might go in and alter them in the sleeve, which I've left open. I'm going to give it a few days. Both the hand warmer pockets are in, and I've added some hardware in there. And on this pocket I've added a little "You Do You" label. On the inside I've just got this hemming to do, which I will probably do by hand later on, or if I feel a bit lazy then I'll sew it here. I'm not sure yet. So on the inside, the last thing to be installed, as it were, with this collar. So it's been sewn in on the one side here, and I've just got to go in and hand stitch this collar here. You can machine it, but I think that I'm going to hand stitch because it looks quite pretty, that fabric, I think. And then it'll be time to think about getting the buttons in. It's looking good. Sometimes you need to go. It's 4:38. That took me 4 hours, 20 minutes to have my lunch, cut the pattern out, work out how I was going to get Sherpa Fleece into it. No tutorial, buttons on, shopping for the buttons, and I got it all done.
You and me were meant to be.